Have you ever seen someone take a broken laptop and turn it into $1 million company? Most people see a broken device and think, it's useless. But Daniel Rivers looked at a broken laptop and saw a beginning. Today, you're about to hear the story of a boy who had nothing. No money, no support, no fancy education. Yet he built a tech startup that changed thousands of lives. This is the story of Daniel Rivers, a story that will remind you that success is never about what you have. It's about what you do with whatever you have. Daniel Rivers was born in a small town where dreams were considered luxury. His family lived in a tiny apartment. His father worked 2 jobs, and his mother stitched clothes to support the family. Daniel grew up not surrounded by technology or opportunities, but surrounded by responsibility. Even as a child, he knew life wasn't going to hand him anything easily. While other kids played games, Daniel would sit with old, discarded electronics he found in garage sales. He loved opening them up, cleaning the dust, understanding the circuits, and trying to fix them. He didn't know how to repair anything professionally, but each broken device was a puzzle he wanted to solve. His parents couldn't afford a computer, so Daniel spent hours after school at the public library, learning whatever he could. At that time, he didn't know that these long hours would lay the foundation for his future. Everything changed when Daniel turned 17. He was walking home when he found an old, abandoned laptop placed near a trash can. The screen was cracked, keys were missing, the battery was dead. But he picked it up anyway. Most people would have ignored it. But Daniel took it as a challenge. For the next 2 weeks, Daniel worked tirelessly. He collected spare parts from old devices, watched tutorials at the library, and used whatever tools he had. He stayed awake late at night, tightening screws and rewiring internal parts. After endless attempts, the laptop finally turned on. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. That moment changed everything. That single spark of hope made Daniel believe that if he could fix something this broken, maybe he could fix the broken parts of his own life too. Daniel used that old laptop to learn coding. At first, it felt impossible. The laptop lagged every few seconds. The screen flickered, and sometimes it shut down randomly. But Daniel didn't give up. He believed that limitations were only excuses waiting to be challenged. Slowly, he learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then moved to more advanced programming. There were days when the laptop refused to start. There were days when he felt like the world was moving faster than him. But Daniel kept pushing, because deep inside he knew, if I quit now, nothing will change. If I keep going, everything can change. His turning point arrived when a local shop owner approached him, asking if Daniel could build a small website for his business. Daniel had never built a real website before, but he said yes. He knew opportunity rarely knocks twice. He spent nights perfecting the website. It wasn't fancy, but it was clean, fast, and functional. The shop owner loved it. Word spread quickly in the town. There's a teenager who builds websites from a broken laptop. Soon, small businesses started calling him cafes, repair shops, local artists, tutors. Daniel wasn't earning a lot, but he was learning faster than any expensive course could ever teach him. But life doesn't reward you without testing you. One day, Daniel's laptop finally died. Completely. No screen, no sound, nothing. He tried everything, but it didn't turn on. It was over. After years of squeezing every bit of life out of it, the laptop had reached its end. For Daniel, it felt like losing a friend. Without it, he couldn't work. He couldn't learn. He couldn't move forward. For weeks, he felt stuck. No money, no laptop, no progress. But instead of giving up, Daniel made a decision that would change his entire future. He picked up an old notebook and Started sketching ideas for an app that could help small businesses build their own digital presence without needing expensive developers. A simple drag-and-drop system. Something accessible, something powerful, something that could change the lives of people like him. Daniel knew he couldn't build it without a laptop. So he made a bold move. He started working at a local bakery, waking up at 5 a.m. every day, saving every penny. For months he saved. He avoided all expenses. No outings, no new clothes, just savings. After nearly a year, he finally had enough to buy a second-hand but working laptop. Now, Daniel had everything he needed: an idea, determination, and a machine that could handle the work. The next chapter of his life was pure grind. Months of coding, designing, deleting, rebuilding, and starting from scratch. He made mistakes. He failed. He improved. But he never stopped. After endless nights, he finally launched his platform, Riversite, a simple tool for small businesses to build websites easily. At first, no one noticed. Then, a small bakery used it. Then a bookstore. Then a photography studio. Within months, dozens of local businesses were using his platform. And then, the break came. A popular business influencer discovered Riversite and shared it on social media with the caption, "Built by a young man who started from a broken laptop. This is the future." That post changed everything. Thousands of sign-ups, hundreds of emails, investors contacting him, journalists wanting to know his story. Daniel went from a boy who fixed broken electronics to a young founder running a real tech startup. Within 2 years, Riversite became one of the fastest-growing small business website tools in the country. Daniel hired a small team, expanded his platform, and added more powerful features. His startup reached valuation in the millions. But when he looked at everything he had built, he didn't think about the money or fame. He thought about that broken laptop he had found near a trash can. That was where it all started. Daniel's story teaches a powerful lesson. Your starting point doesn't define your future. Your mindset does. The world will tell you that you need money, a fancy degree, connections, high-end equipment. But Daniel had none of that. What he had was belief, consistency, and courage. When people asked him what kept him going, Daniel said, "Every time life broke something in me, I fixed it the way I fixed that laptop, slowly, patiently, and with belief that it would work again." Today, thousands of small business owners credit their growth to Riversite. Daniel often visits schools and tells young people, "You are only one decision away from a different life. Start where you are, with what you have. Everything you need is already within you." His journey, from a broken laptop to a successful startup, became a symbol of hope for anyone who feels stuck, limited, or under-resourced. Daniel didn't wait for the perfect moment. He created it. He didn't wait for opportunities. He built them. And he didn't let a broken beginning stop him from writing a powerful ending. So the next time you feel lost, the next time you feel like giving up, remember Daniel Rivers. Remember the boy who built his future piece by piece, just like he repaired that old laptop. Because success isn't about having the best start. It's about doing the best with the start you have.